Attending a function like this takes me also back to my school and college days. And the importance of your alma mater in your life comes to the fore. You will be what you will be in the future, not only because of your hard work, but the hard work of your faculties, your alma mater, and the people behind this. My congratulations to the trustees, to the management on producing such brilliant students who have gone ahead and made the nation what it is by producing so many doctors, engineers, and different professionals. My hearty congratulations to the faculty on the expert day. My congratulations also goes out to all the meritorious students who have secured admission in different engineering and medical colleges, and my good wishes to them all. Like I was mentioning during the informal discussion with the chairman, that we builders represented by CREDAI, we wanted to coin a name for ourselves to show the contribution we make to the nation. And the phrase came out was, we are the nation builders. But looking at you all students, I feel you are going to be the nation builders. You are going to be the true assets of our country. And the contribution of your alma mater will play a very, very important role in this. You know, Dr. Ganesh Pai, in his speech, he mentioned that you should peak out at the right time. You know, be it as a student, as a sports person, or as a professional. Sometimes we hear many students talking about burnout factor. They peak out too early, and by the time when the main exams come, they suffer from something called burnout. Without knowing Dr. Ganesh Pai in my earlier school days and college days, somehow I followed his advice. And I'm stressing this just to highlight how important it is to have a very well-rounded studies and growth in your earlier years. I was a very keen sports person in my school days, very little time for studies, and my passion was cricket. And I have played cricket in Mumbai for CAC Shield. Even the final matches I have played in Brabant Stadium. And okay, you know, later on I changed my career from the sports person to the bureaucrat. In my school, 10th standard, my performance was very dismal. I don't think I was anywhere close to any rank holders. My total score was only 69. As I grew a little older and came into my 12th standard, my more and more time was getting devoted to the sports, and my performance was only 62%. Now here, the binaries come into play, successful and unsuccessful. So in the academics, I was labeled as unsuccessful. Because with 62 percentage marks, where will you go? Which college will you get admission? So that's where the difference comes. The difference between being successful and unsuccessful in the academics, we all have abilities. The differentiating factors are your emotions, your passion, and your desire to succeed. And that came into me when I entered my college life, and I decided I would be doing chartered accountancy. And when I passed out my graduation, from being 62% in the 12th standard, I was the rank holder in commerce, the topper in Bombay University, and you know how difficult it is to, be a topper in a university in Mumbai. That's what exactly happened to me, picked out at the right time. With a breeze, along with my graduation, I could complete my chartered accountancy, cost accountancy, law, and UPSC. And then I entered into the bureaucracy. No success comes without having failures. We all experience failures, be it in our academics, be it in our businesses, be it in our lives. In every sphere, there will be some failure, some disappointment. What is important is not how you have failed. What is important is how you rise to the occasion after you fail, and convert the failure into a stepping stone to success for the future. You look at all the big names in the world, be it Steve Jobs, be it Bill Gates, be it Henry Ford, be it anybody in business who has made it big, be it even our Narayan Murthy from Infosys, or be it Sunil Bharti Mittal who has started Airtel, they all had either one failure or multiple failures. But the differentiating quality they all had was they never allowed failure to bog them down. They always had that attitude in them to rise to the occasion and convert the failures into the stepping stone to success. As you pass out from this institute, as you move forward, you will encounter disappointments, minor failures, or maybe major failures. And the test lies, how do you rise to the occasion and convert failure into success? It is said we all have to shine like a sun in the sky. But don't forget, the sun burns. Same thing applies to the students. Without perseverance, there is no achievement. You know, as a student, I used to always think about these three aspects, when I was in my college. Goals. We should have our own goals defined by yourself, not by your parents or not by your teachers. You have to define your own goals. Because if you define your own goals, you will be able to follow it. You will be able to make larger goals into the smaller goals. The second most important aptitude one should have is ambition. Goals without ambition means nothing. You will prepare goals, you will prepare sub-goals, but you will not move forward because you lack ambition. With ambition, the desire to move forward comes. And the most important aspect is perseverance. Keep working hard, keep following your goals, keep following your ambition. Success will be yours. With these few words, I wish all the students a very great future. Don't limit yourself to being just a butterfly. Soar in the sky like an eagle, so that nobody can be higher than you, and you can be the final nation builders. And never forget your alma mater. Come back to your alma mater for in some way or the other. I wish you all a very best and a bright future. Thank you.